I open my eyes to a world that reeks of death. Ash falls like gray snow. The ground is cracked, stained black and red with old blood. Broken spears, shattered armor, bones picked clean. Everything screams that this place was once a battlefield. My body feels wrong, heavy, weak. My human hands tremble as I push myself up. Skin tears on sharp stone. Blood drips, real blood. I was a god, immortal, untouchable. My voice alone could shatter mountains. Armies knelt, heavens bowed. And now, this. What have they done to me? The words come out cracked, mortal, pathetic. I clench my fist. No divine aura, no endless mana, nothing. Then it appears. Burning crimson letters etched directly into my mind. Divine core. Shattered. Status, fallen god, mortal vessel. Remaining divine essence. 0.0001%. Faith system activated. To reclaim power, you must be worshipped. Every prayer, every kneel, every ounce of true belief will feed your shattered core. I stare at the panel. My lips pull back in a snarl. Faith? After they betrayed me, sealed me, ripped my divinity apart, now I have to beg mortals for belief. I laugh. It hurts my throat. It tastes like ash. A child's scream slices through the wind. I turn. A small beastman tribe, maybe 30 souls, huddles behind overturned wagons, furred ears flat in terror, tails tucked, elders clutching rusted knives, children crying. They wear scraps of hide, bones braided into their manes. Primitive. Forgotten. 6 colossal wolves circle them, each beast taller than a horse, fur black as night, eyes glowing demonic red, fangs longer than daggers. Saliva hisses where it hits the ground. The alpha steps forward, muscles rippling, and locks eyes on a young beastman girl standing protectively in front of a toddler. "Run, Rin! Hide!" the girl shouts, voice breaking. She can't be older than 12. Silver fur, golden eyes wide with fear. She raises a broken spear with both shaking hands. The toddler clings to her leg, sobbing. "Sis, don't leave me!" The alpha lunges. Time slows. Something ancient inside me roars. I move. No mana, no weapons, no divine protection. Just this weak, bleeding mortal body. I sprint across the wasteland. Rocks cut my bare feet. Wind burns my lungs. The wolves sense me turn snarl. The alpha abandons the girl and charges me instead. Good. I growl under my breath. Come. It leaps. 200 kilos of muscle and death crash into me. I catch its lower jaw with both hands. Skin splits. Bones creak. Blood sprays across my face. But I do not let go. "You dare!" The roar that tears from my throat carries the ghost of old thunder. I wrench. Crack. Tendons snap. The jaw rips wide open. The wolf howls in agony. I drive my knee into its throat, feel cartilage crush, then slam the dying beast into the dirt with all my weight. The pack hesitates for one fatal second. I don't. One wolf bites my side, fangs sink deep into flesh. Pain explodes. I grab its ear, yank its head back, and punch its eye until it bursts like a grape. It releases me with a yelp. Another clamps onto my leg. I stomp its skull repeatedly until the snarling stops. Blood pours from everywhere. Vision tunnels. But the remaining wolves break. They whimper, tuck tails, and flee into the ash storm. I drop to one knee, gasping. Blood pools beneath me. My body shakes uncontrollably. The tribe is silent. Then the little girl Lyra steps forward. Her ears are flat, tail tucked. The toddler still clings to her. She stares at the torn open alpha corpse, at the dead wolves around me, at my blood-soaked body. Her golden eyes fill with tears. She falls to her knees in the dirt. "Sky, Father." Her voice is barely a whisper. "You descended." The tribe gasps. One by one, they drop. Foreheads touch the ground. "Sky, Father. Mercy upon us. You bled for us. We are not worthy." Their voices rise together, trembling with awe. A faint golden light flickers across my wounds. Skin knits slowly, painfully, but it knits. The system responds. First worship acquired. 28 believers. Faith energy, plus 89. Divine essence restored. 0.0004%. Minor regeneration unlocked. I look at Lyra. She's still kneeling, head bowed, but her small hand reaches out and touches the blood on my arm. "You fought them. With no claws, no fangs. For us." Her voice cracks. "Why? We're nothing. Outcasts. The other tribes call us cursed. The gods abandoned us long ago." I stare at her, at the toddler peeking from behind her leg, at the elders with tears cutting clean lines through ash on their faces. For the first time since waking in this broken shell, something other than rage stirs in my chest. I reach out slowly and brush a tear from her silver fur, because someone had to. End quote. The tribe erupts. Sky Father speaks. He chose us. We will serve. Forever. Each cry hits like a hammer on my shattered core. Warmth spreads through my veins. Real power. Tiny, but real. Lyra looks up. Her golden eyes shine not just with worship, but with something deeper. Something that makes this cold, mortal heart beat harder. Hope. Absolute devotion. And beneath it, adoration that borders on love. She presses her forehead to my bloodied hand. "I will follow you anywhere, Sky Father, even if the whole world calls us cursed. I believe in you." The elders echo her. We all do. I stand, slowly, painfully, but I stand taller than before. The wind shifts, ash parts like a curtain. In the distance, dark storm clouds gather over endless wasteland. I look at my new believers. at Lyra's shining eyes. A smile, small, sharp, dangerous cuts across my blood-stained face. They thought sealing me would end me. My voice is low, but it carries. They forgot gods aren't born from thrones, we're born from belief. I spread my arms, golden light flares brighter around me. And you just gave me the first spark. Lyra's tail wags despite her tears. The toddler reaches up with tiny hands. I kneel, let him touch my face. The tribe surrounds me, praying, weeping, believing. Faith energy surges. Divine essence, 0.0012%. Skill unlocked, divine presence way. I close my eyes and feel it, the first thread of real power, weaving back into my soul. Let the heavens keep their silence. I'll build a new pantheon here in the dirt, starting with 30 souls who looked at a bleeding mortal and saw a god. And it all began with one little beastman girl who dared to believe first. The valley is a graveyard of cracked earth and withered thorns. Nothing grows here. The wind carries only dust and the faint stench of rot. 38 beastmen, my new followers, trudge behind me in a ragged line, ribs showing through fur, tails dragging in the dirt. Children whimper, elders lean on sticks. They left their old camp because I told them to. Because they believe I'm the sky, Father descended. I'm barely standing myself. Every step sends fire through my mortal legs. The faith system feeds me scraps enough to keep the wounds from the wolf fight closed, but not enough to stop the hunger gnawing at my stomach or the weakness pulling at my limbs. Lyra walks right beside me, small hand clutching the edge of my torn hide cloak. Her golden eyes keep flicking up to my face, ears drooping every time I stumble. Sky Father, are you sure this valley is safe? She asks quietly, voice trembling. There's no water. No game. The elders are saying, let them say. I cut in, sharper than I meant. My throat is raw. If they want to go back to waiting for wolves, they can. I'm taking you somewhere better. She lowers her head but doesn't let go of my cloak. We make camp at dusk. I teach them fire first. Simple friction drill. My hands bleed, showing them how to spin the stick fast enough. An elder named Torak watches with narrowed eyes. This is mortal trickery, he mutters to the others. A true god would snap his fingers and flame would obey. I hear him. I ignore him. The first spark catches. The first flame rises. Children gasp, mothers cry. Lyra's tail wags so hard it thumps against my leg. See? She whispers up at me, eyes shining. You gave us fire. I force a nod. Inside, the system pings softly. Faith energy. Plus 34. Believers. Steady. Not enough. Not nearly enough. Days bleed into weeks. I teach them hunting pit traps, snares, how to read tracks. I collapse every night, body screaming, but I drag myself up before dawn to scout. Lyra follows like a shadow, bringing me water from the tiny trickle we found, pressing strips of dried meat into my hand, even when her own stomach growls. You have to eat, Sky Father, she says one evening, pushing the meat toward me again. Her ears are flat with worry. You're getting thinner. I'm fine. You're not. Her voice cracks. You cough blood sometimes when you think no one sees. I look away. She's right. The fractured core leaks essence every time I push this body too hard. Then the drought hits full force. The trickle dries to dust. The last roots we dug up turn bitter and poisonous. Children stop crying, they're too weak. Elders stop complaining, they're too tired. Lyra's golden eyes lose their light. She sits beside me at night, small body curled against mine for warmth. Skyfather, she whispers one night, voice barely audible. Are we going to die here? I stare at the starless sky. My core aches like broken glass. No, I say. The word tastes like iron. I promised you something better. Torak hears. He limps over, fur dull and matted. Promises from a bleeding mortal, he spits. We followed you to starvation. The old gods never asked us to suffer like this. A few others murmur agreement. Doubt spreads like rot. I stand. My legs shake, but I stand. Watch. I walk to the center of the camp. Every eye follows me. Lyra scrambles after, reaching for my hand. Skyfather, don't. I raise both arms to the empty sky. I force the shattered remnants of my divine core to move. It feels like tearing my soul in half. Essence surges thin, fractured, painful. Blood fills my mouth. My vision blurs red. I scream the ancient words I haven't spoken since the heavens betrayed me. Hear me! A single cloud forms overhead. Small, pathetic, compared to the storms I once commanded. But it darkens. It swells. Thunder rumbles. The first drop hits my face. Then the second. Then the sky breaks open. Rain pours down in sheets. The beastmen freeze. Then they scream. Not in fear, in pure, frenzied joy. Rain! The Skyfather brings rain. Miracle, miracle! They throw themselves to the ground, faces upturned, mouths open to catch the water. Children laugh and dance. Mothers sob. Elders weep openly. Torak falls to his knees, forehead pressed to the mud. Forgive me. Forgive my doubt. Skyfather! Lyra runs to me as my legs finally give out. I collapse forward. She catches me, small arms wrapping around my chest, holding me up as blood drips from my mouth onto her fur. Skyfather! She cries, tears mixing with rain on her face. You did it. You really did it. I cough more blood. The pain is white hot, but I manage a weak smile. Told you. Something better. The system explodes with notifications. Mass worship event. First miracle. Faith energy. Plus 1,429. Believers. 3838 fanatic devotion detected. Divine essence restored. 0. 47%. New skill unlocked. minor blessing, active. Effect, grant small boons to believers' crop growth, minor healing, water purification. The rain keeps falling. The valley drinks it greedily. Lyra holds me tighter, her whole body shaking. You're bleeding again, she whispers against my chest. Why do you always hurt yourself for us? I lift a trembling hand and rest it on her wet head. Because you believed first. She looks up. Rain streams down her face, but her golden eyes are brighter than ever. You're not just a god, she says, voice soft but fierce. You are the one who saved me. The tribe surrounds us, still kneeling in the mud, chanting my name between sobs of gratitude. Sky Father, bless us. We are yours. Each voice feeds the fire in my core. Warmth real, mortal warmth, spreads through my chest for the first time since I fell. Not divine power. Something smaller, something dangerously human. I look down at Lyra's tear-streaked face pressed against me, at her small hands clutching my cloak like I'm the only thing keeping her world from falling apart. And for the first time since the heavens turned their backs, I don't feel alone. The rain keeps pouring. The valley will live. And my first tribe, my first true believers, kneel in the mud, soaked, starving no longer, shouting my name to the sky. The spark in my core burns a little brighter. It's not much, but it's a beginning. The horizon turns black with bodies. Hundreds, no, thousands of warriors from the 3 rival beastman tribes crest the ridge like a living wave. War paint streaks their fur red and black. Bone armor rattles. Spears glint under the brutal sun. Their war drums thunder so loud the ground shakes. They've come for us. Word of my miracle reign spread too fast. The strong tribes don't tolerate weaklings suddenly thriving. They call us cursed. They call our land stolen. They call me a false god. Now they're here to prove it. My tribe, 48 souls now, after a few stragglers joined, stands behind me in a ragged line. Children and elders hidden in the new caves. Only the fighters remain. 23 spears. 23, shaking hands. Lyra stands right beside me. Small body, rigid, crude spear clutched tight. I told you to stay back. I growl without looking at her. I'm not a child anymore, she answers, voice steady even though her ears are flat with fear. And you're still bleeding from last night's training. Someone has to watch your back. I don't argue. There's no time. The enemy chieftains ride forward on massive war boars. The center one, a scarred lion man twice my size, raises a jagged axe. False god! His voice booms across the valley. You stole water from the sky. You hoard it for outcasts. Today we take your heads and your miracle. The army roars. Arrows darken the sky. I step forward and raise both arms. The last scraps of faith energy in my core surge. A fragile golden barrier flickers into existence, thin as glass, barely 20 meters wide. Thousands of arrows slam into it. Crack. The barrier spiderwebs instantly. Pain explodes in my chest like someone drove a spear through my core. Blood sprays from my mouth, but it holds just long enough. Arrows clatter to the ground in front of my tribe. The enemy hesitates for one heartbeat. I use it. I roar. The sound carries the echo of forgotten divinity, shaking dust from the cliffs. Charge. My warriors scream and follow me as I sprint straight into the enemy line. No more barrier, no more tricks. Just me and the sealed combat skills buried deep in my shattered soul. The first wave hits. A wolfman thrusts a spear at my throat. I sidestep, grab the shaft, and yank him forward into my knee. Bone crunches. I rip the spear free and hurl it through another's chest. 2 boar riders charge. I duck under the first axe swing, grab the rider's leg, and flip the entire beast. 500 kilos of muscle crashes down, crushing its master. Blood sprays across my face. My mortal body screams in protest, muscles tearing, bones cracking, but the faith energy from the rain miracle is still burning inside me. Combat skill awakened. Heavenly Wrath, fragment. Strength plus 400% for 30 seconds. Everything slows. I move like lightning. I tear through the front line. Hands become weapons. I crush throats, snap spears, rip armor apart with bare fingers. Enemy warriors scream. He's a monster. The false god is killing us. Fall back, but their chieftains won't let them. The Lion Man chieftain leaps from his boar, axe swinging in a blur. Die, pretender. The axe bites deep into my shoulder. Pain blinds me for a second. I grab his wrist, twist, and hear bone snap. He howls. I headbutt him, feel his nose explode, then drive my fist through his chest plate. Ribs shatter. My hand closes around his still beating heart. I rip it out. The Lion Man stares at the hole in his chest, then at me, eyes wide. Impossible. He drops. The enemy army wavers. That's when I hear her. Sky, father behind you. I spin. 3 elite hyena men have broken through. They're charging straight for the gap I left, straight for Lyra and the young warriors guarding the rear. Lyra doesn't run. She charges them. No! I shout. She meets the first hyena head on. Her crude spear pierces his thigh, but the second backhands her across the face. She flies 5 meters and hits the dirt hard, blood pouring from her mouth. Rage, pure, divine, uncontrollable, ignites in my core. I cross the battlefield in a blur. The hyena raising his axe over Lyra doesn't even see me coming. I grab his head with both hands and crush it like a melon. The second turns too late. I drive my fist through his spine. The third tries to run. I throw the corpse in my hands. It hits him like a boulder. Both go down. I stomp his skull into the ground. Then I drop beside Lyra. She's coughing blood, one eye swelling shut, but she tries to smile when she sees me. I told you. I'd guard your back. You idiot! I whisper, voice breaking. I pull her into my arms. I told you to stay safe. The battle ends around us. Enemy warriors throw down weapons and flee. Some kneel and beg. My tribe roars in victory, spears raised, voices hoarse. Sky Father, victory! We are invincible. Faith energy floods my core like a tidal wave. Mass worship event, divine victory, faith energy, plus 3,871. Believers, 4867 captured enemies converted. Divine essence restored, 0.017%. New skill unlocked, battlefield blessing. But I don't care about any of it right now. Moonlight bathes the blood-soaked valley, bodies everywhere. The air reeks of iron and smoke. I sit against a rock, shirt torn off, wound still bleeding. Lyra kneels in front of me with strips of cloth and a bowl of herb paste the elders made. Her fingers tremble as she cleans the deep gash on my chest. You're always hurting yourself, she mutters, voice thick. Always pushing too far. One day you'll break. And then what? I watch her. The moonlight catches the tears she's trying to hide. Then you'll have to carry me, I say quietly. She pauses, looks up, golden eyes searching mine. I would, she whispers. I'd carry you to the end of the world. Her hand rests over my heart. Fingers shake harder. I can't let you die, her voice cracks. Because I haven't told you yet. She stops, bites her lip, ears flatten. I wait. She takes a shaky breath. I haven't told you that you're not just my god. You're everything. The words hang between us. My heart, this cold, mortal thing that hasn't felt anything real since I fell, slams against my ribs. I reach up slowly and cover her hand with mine. You already saved me once, I say, voice rough. The day you knelt and believed when I was nothing but blood in the dirt. She leans forward until her forehead touches mine. Then let me keep saving you, she whispers. Because a god who fights for outcasts deserves someone who fights for him. Behind us, the tribe chants softly under the moon, voices rising in prayer and victory songs. Faith surges again, but for the first time, something stronger than faith burns in my chest. Something dangerously, beautifully mortal. And it has golden eyes and silver fur and a heart brave enough to look a fallen god in the face and call him hers. The valley has changed. Where once there was only dust and thorns, massive stone walls now rise toward the sky, gray blocks hauled by hundreds of hands, stacked higher every day. Watchtowers pierce the clouds. Inside, forges burn day and night, bronze spears and tools taking shape. Beastmen who once scratched marks in dirt now carve the first written words on clay tablets. Symbols for water, fire, sky father, my symbols. They built it all because I guided them, step by step. Cut the stone here, I'd say, heat the ore like this. Every lesson cost me blood from my nose when I pushed the core too hard, but the faith energy poured back tenfold. Now we have a city, the first beastman civilization in generations. And at its heart, the grand temple. White stone steps lead up to a platform where I sit during rituals. Torches burn eternal. Murals on the walls show my battles, the wolves, the rain, the war. Lyra kneels beside me every time. She's the first priestess. I named her myself. White robes edged in gold, a circlet of bronze on her silver fur. She leads the chants now. Skyfather, giver of fire and rain. Her voice rings clear over the hundreds gathered below. I raise my hand. Golden light flows from my palm, minor blessing amplified by the temple focus. Crops in the fields below grow visibly taller. Wounds on warriors heal. Children laugh as strength fills their small bodies. The tribe roars. Skyfather, bless us forever. We are reborn. Faith energy slams into my core like a river. Daily ritual complete. Faith energy, plus 2,147. Divine essence, 0. 28%. New passive, architectural inspiration. But every time the light fades, Lyra's hand brushes mine as she helps me stand. It's not accidental anymore. Her golden eyes meet mine longer than worship demands. Her fingers linger. Her tail brushes my leg when no one watches. Today, after the ritual, the crowd disperses. She stays kneeling. Skyfather, she says softly, head bowed. The people, they say I'm too close to you. I look down at her. Let them say. She lifts her face, cheeks flushed under fur. I don't care what they say. I only care what you say. Her hand reaches for mine, slow, trembling. I take it. For a moment, the temple is silent except for our breathing. You were the first, I tell her. You believed when I was nothing. You'll always be closest. Her eyes burn not with pure devotion anymore, with something hotter, barely held back. I dream of you every night, she whispers. Not as a god, as the one who held me when I was scared, the one who bleeds for us. I feel it then, that dangerous mortal warmth spreading again. But the moment breaks. Whispers have been growing for weeks. I hear them even now, carried on the wind from the lower districts. That priestess thinks she owns the Skyfather. She kneels too close, touches too much. The god favors her above all. It's not right. We bled in the war too. Why does she get everything? Torak, the elder who once doubted me, now leads the loudest voices. He survived the battle, earned respect, but his eyes always linger on Lyra with venom. Tonight, in a dark forge hut, shadows gather. Torak speaks low to a circle of warriors. The Skyfather is divine, pure. That girl, she's tainting him with mortal desires. She wants to monopolize his blessings, keep him for herself. If we let this continue, he'll forget the rest of us. One younger warrior grips his spear tighter. What do we do? Torak's eyes glint. We remove the distraction. The blade must strike true not at the god, but at what weakens him. They nod. Outside the hut, moonlight catches the edge of a hidden dagger. I sense it. Not the details. Not yet. But the shift in faith energy tiny dips, like poison in a well. Someone is turning, and the blade isn't aimed at me. It's aimed at her, at the girl who awakened something in this fallen heart I thought was dead forever. I stand on the temple steps alone now, Lyra gone to her chambers. The city sleeps below walls strong, forges cooling. My name carved everywhere, but danger brews in the dark. They think they can take her from me. They think jealousy can sever the bond that feeds my power. I clench my fist. Golden light flickers dangerously. Let them try. The traitor will learn what happens when you threaten the one who made a god feel human again. The temple altar burns with sacred incense. Hundreds kneel in perfect rows, heads bowed, chanting my name in unison. I sit on the elevated throne, golden light pulsing faintly around me. The daily ritual is almost complete. Torak, my most trusted high priest, the one who begged forgiveness after the Great War, steps forward with the offering bowl. Sky Father, he says, voice reverent, accept this tribute from your faithful. I nod, reach for the bowl. The liquid inside shimmers wrong, too dark. Pain hits like a spear through my core. My vision blurs. Divine essence drains fast, violent, like blood from an open vein. The system screams warnings. Poison detected, faith drain toxin. Divine essence dropping rapidly, 0.028%, 0.012%. Betrayal penalty activated. I stagger to my feet. Torak's face twists into a sneer. You were never a god, he spits. Just a bleeding mortal playing dress-up. We built this city with our hands, you hoarded the power for yourself, and that little priestess whore. The crowd gasps. Warriors loyal to him rise dozens, armed, hidden in the ranks. Civil war explodes in seconds. Screams, spears clash, loyal beastmen clash with traitors. And in the chaos, rough hands grab Lyra from the priestess platform. No, she shouts, struggling. Let go! A traitor warrior drags her forward, dagger at her throat. Torak laughs. Surrender, false god. Kneel and let us drain you dry, or watch your favorite pet die. Lyra's golden eyes find mine across the burning temple. Blood trickles from a cut on her cheek. Don't, she cries. Don't give in for me. Rage ancient, divine, suppressed for too long ignites. I've held back. Always careful, always measured. No more. I stand straight. Blood drips from my mouth, but my voice thunders like the old heavens. You dare poison my altar. You dare touch her. The sky darkens instantly. Black clouds boil overhead. Torak falters. What? I raise both arms. The suppressed wrath awakens. Black lightning, pure judgment rips from the sky. Boom. The first bolt strikes Torak dead center. His body convulses, skin charring black, eyes bursting. He screams once before holy fire erupts from inside him, incinerating him to ash in seconds. More lightning falls. Traitors drop, screaming as the earth splits beneath them. Cracks swallow dozens whole. Holy flames rise in walls, burning only the betrayer's loyal ones untouched. Mercy! Some scream. We were forced! Too late. I walk through the flames. Fire licks my skin but doesn't burn. My eyes glow pure gold. A traitor charges me with a spear. I grab it mid-thrust, snap it, and drive the broken end through his chest. Another swings an axe. I catch his wrist, crush bone, and hurl him into the flames. The temple shakes. Pillars crack. I reach the platform where they hold Lyra. The warrior presses the dagger deeper. Blood beads on her neck. One more step and she dies. I stop, then smile. Black lightning strikes him alone. He explodes in holy fire, screaming as he burns alive. Lyra falls forward. I catch her. She's bloodied, cuts on her arms, face bruised, robes torn but alive. I cradle her against my chest, sinking to my knees amid the burning chaos. Lyra, she sobs, small hands clutching my cloak. I was so afraid, her voice breaks. Afraid of losing you forever. They said you'd abandon us if I died, but I knew you'd come. I hold her tighter. I'd burn the world before letting them take you. Around us, the survivors, loyal ones kneel in the ashes, heads bowed. Skyfather, forgive us for doubting. Purify us. The traitors who remain drop weapons, begging. I spare them, but not mercy. Exile, I command, voice cold. The leader's ashes scatter to the wind. The rest leave this city forever, never return. They crawl away, weeping. Faith energy surges pure now, cleansed in fire and blood. Betrayal event resolved. Faith purified, plus 4,982 energy. Divine essence, 0.041%. New skill, divine judgment, active. Night falls. The temple is ruined, half collapsed, scorched, but the moon shines clear. Lyra, now declared supreme priestess by the survivors, leads me to the highest intact step. The city below is quiet. Loyal beastmen rebuild already. She kneels first, but I pull her up. No more kneeling tonight. She stands close, too close, golden eyes searching mine under the moonlight. Skyfather, she whispers. No, that's not enough anymore. Her hands tremble as they rest on my chest. I love you. The words hang in the air, not as a god, as the one who saved me, who bled for me, who looked at a scared beastman girl and saw someone worth everything. Her ears flatten. Tail stills. I've loved you since the rain, since the battle, since every time you smiled only at me. My divine heart, cold for eons, shattered and rebuilt on faith, trembles. Truly trembles. I cup her face, thumb brushing the healed cut on her cheek. And my voice is rough. I fell the day you believed in a bleeding stranger. You awakened something I thought the heavens killed forever. She rises on her toes, our foreheads touch. Under the moon, in the ruins of betrayal, purified by wrath and blood, I kiss my supreme priestess. And for the first time, a god feels mortal love. The city will rise stronger. My power grows unchecked now. But none of it matters as much as the girl in my arms who dared to love a fallen god and made him whole again. The war chariots thunder across the plains like a divine storm. My legions, thousands of beastmen in bronze armor, spears gleaming, banners with my golden symbol flapping high sweep through neighboring kingdoms, one after another. City walls crumble under blessed siege engines. Enemy armies break and scatter before they even clash. I stand at the front chariot, wind whipping my cloak, hand raised. Golden light pours from my palm, divine blessing amplified across the entire army. Forward, I command. Strength surges through every warrior. Wounds heal mid-battle. Fear vanishes. They roar my name. Skyfather, conquer for the divine. No mercy for unbelievers. Lyra rides right beside me, white robes flowing, circlet shining. Her small hand clutches mine tight whenever the chariot jolts. You don't have to push so hard, she says over the thunder of hooves, golden eyes worried. They're already winning. I squeeze her hand back. They fight because they believe. I give them everything so they never doubt. She smiles softly, tail brushing my leg. And I fight because I believe in you. We crash through another gate. The enemy capital falls in hours. In the throne room, captured royals are dragged forward in chains. 3 princesses, once proud, now stripped of armor and crowns, kneel before my temporary throne. The eldest, a lioness with broken pride, bows deepest. Great Skyfather, mercy, she begs, voice shaking. We surrender everything. Our lands, our wealth, our people take it all. Spare us. The second weeps openly. We heard of your power. We thought it myth. Please, accept our worship. The youngest looks up, eyes wide with forced awe. We will build temples in your name. Pray daily. Just don't destroy us. I stare down at them. Beautiful, powerful once. Now nothing. My eyes slide to Lyra, standing at my side, my queen now, crowned in the rebuilt temple. She's the only one I see. The one who saw me bleeding in dirt and called me God anyway. The one who dares hold my hand in front of armies. Not mercy, I say coldly. Conversion, swear faith. Build my temples. Or join the ashes of your armies. They bow lower. We swear, forever your servants. Sky, Father eternal. Faith energy floods my core, thousands of new believers at once. Conquest event, 3 kingdoms subjugated. Faith energy, plus 18,742. Divine essence, 0.19%. New structure unlocked, floating divine palace. The sky cracks open that night. Golden light pillars descend. Massive white stone blocks rise from the earth, assembling themselves mid-air. The divine palace takes shape towers, halls, gardens floating high above the conquered lands. My legions cheer until voices break. Miracle! The heavens descend. Our God rewards us. I carry Lyra up the forming steps in my arms. She laughs, ears twitching. You could let me walk, you know. Never, I answer. You're my queen. The world kneels you ride. We reach the throne room, twin thrones of white gold and crystal. I set her on hers beside mine. The conquered princesses are brought in again, now in servant robes, to witness the coronation. Lyra's crown woven gold and beastman gems settles on her head. The hall fills with high priests and generals. They kneel. All hail the Sky Father. All hail Queen Lyra. She blushes but stands tall. Later, on the highest balcony, the world spreads below cities with my banners, temples rising everywhere, millions now praying my name. I sit on the grand throne. Legions kneel in perfect rows outside. Priests chant endlessly. Everyone worships, but no one touches me. No one dares look me in the eye too long. No one speaks unless spoken to. The isolation hits like cold wind. I am their god again, untouchable, feared, adored from afar. Lyra walks up quietly. The guards bow and retreat. She doesn't kneel. She steps between my legs, hands on my shoulders, and climbs into my lap. Her arms wrap around my neck. Her forehead presses to mine. They all kneel, she whispers, but I'm the only one who gets to hold you. I close my eyes. Arms tighten around her small frame. Yes, I murmur. The world worships, but only you embrace me without fear. She kisses my cheek, and only you let me. Below, millions pray. Above, in the floating palace, a god sits on his throne, not lonely anymore, because the beastman girl who started it all dares to love him like a man. And that's worth more than every kingdom I've conquered. The sky above the floating palace splits open with a sound like the heavens tearing. Golden rifts crack across the blue, spilling blinding light and winged figures in radiant armor. Celestial champions avatars sent by the forgotten gods who once ruled before my fall. They sensed my rise. My faith energy now rivals theirs. My name echoes in millions of prayers. They've come to crush the upstart. Alarms ring through the palace. My legions scramble to battle stations far below on the continent. I stand on the highest balcony, wind howling, cloak snapping. Lyra is right beside me, white robes flowing, the spear of light I forged for her gripped tight in her hands. Its blade glows pure gold. Go inside, I tell her, voice low. Hide in the throne room. This isn't your fight. She steps closer instead, ears flat, tail rigid. No. Her golden eyes burn. You gave me this spear to protect you. I'm not hiding while you face gods alone. Lyra, I've watched you bleed too many times, she shouts over the growing thunder. If they want you, they go through me first. The first champion descends a towering seraph in blazing armor, 6 wings spreading like suns, holy sword raised. Mortal pretender, his voice booms, shaking the palace. The true pantheon decrees your end. Kneel and be unmade. More follow. 10, 20. An army of celestial enforcers. I summon my weapon. The holy spear materializes in my hand longer than any mortal weapon. Shaft white gold, tip crackling with restored divine essence. I leap from the balcony. Air rushes past. I plummet toward the champions, spear pointed down. The lead seraph meets me mid-air. Blades clash. The impact shakes the sky. Shockwaves ripple, cracking clouds. He's strong, backed by ancient gods, but I've built my power from blood and belief. I twist, parry his slash, and drive my spear through his wing joint. Golden ichor sprays. He screams, "You dare wound a celestial?" I dare more, I growl. I rip the spear free and hurl him downward. He crashes into the plains below, cratering the earth. But they swarm me. Wings beat, swords flash, holy chains try to bind me. I spin the spear in a blur, deflecting piercing, shattering armor. One champion grabs my arm, burning light searing my skin. I headbutt him, feel his helm crack, then impale him through the chest. Divine blood rains. Behind me, on the palace edge, Lyra fights too. 3 lesser champions dive for the palace to strike at my heart while I'm engaged. She meets them. The spear of light blazes as she thrusts, piercing one's thigh, forcing him back. "Stay away from him," she screams. One swings at her. She ducks, sweeps the spear, cracks his knee. But she's outnumbered. A blade grazes her side, blood stains her robes, rage explodes in me. I blast through the swarm with a shockwave of raw essence. Champions fly back. I dive toward the palace. Lyra. She stabs another attacker, but the third raises a hammer of light. I arrive in time. My spear intercepts the hammer, shatters it, then pierces the champion's heart. He dissolves in golden flames. The remaining celestials hesitate. I float before the palace, bloodied, spear dripping ichor, eyes glowing pure wrath. "Tell your masters," I thunder, voice carrying across the continent. "The age of forgotten gods is over. I am the Dawn Emperor." I thrust my spear skyward. It pierces the rifts. Light explodes. The celestial army screams as holy fire. My fire consumes them from within. One by one, they burn, fall, shatter. The rifts seal with a final crack. Silence. The continent below trembles literally. Earthquakes from the battle's shockwaves. My legions and subjects kneel en masse. Dawn Emperor. Unmatched. The true god. Faith surges like never before. Victory against celestial host. Faith energy, plus 47,291. Divine essence, 0.67%. New title, Dawn Emperor. I descend to the ruined balcony. Lyra drops her spear and runs to me. She throws herself into my arms, clinging tight, face buried in my chest. Blood from her wound soaks my cloak, but she doesn't care. "Never," she sobs, voice breaking. "Never leave me alone again. I thought they'd take you. I thought I'd lose you." I hold her tight, careful of her injury. Golden light flows from my hand, healing her side instantly. "I'm here," I whisper. "They couldn't take me. Nothing will." She looks up, tears streaming down silver fur, golden eyes shining. "You're shaking," she says softly. "I am, because the continent kneels. The heavens fear me. But only she sees the truth. Only Lyra knows this god has a fragile heart, because she's the one who holds it." The floating palace hums with unnatural quiet. Torches flicker low in the grand halls, casting long shadows on white gold walls. My throne room feels colder than usual. I sit there, hand pressed to my chest, feeling the faint pulse of my core. It's weaker, dimmer. The faith energy that once surged like a river now trickles. I know why. The nobles, those I elevated from conquered kingdoms, dressed in silks and jewels, hoard it. They siphon prayers and secret rituals, build private altars, keep the essence for their own petty powers. Social classes have hardened. The beastmen, commoners, pray desperately, but the nobles intercept, taxing faith like gold. It weakens the whole system, starves my core. I close my eyes. Divine essence dips below 0.5%. I feel mortal again, tired, vulnerable. The doors creak open. Lyra enters alone. My queen, white robes edged in gold, crown slightly askew. Her silver fur gleams under torchlight, but her golden eyes are shadowed. Ears droop, tail still. She stops 10 paces away. "Sky Father," her voice trembles. "No, not tonight, just you." I lean forward. "Lyra, what's wrong?" She takes a shaky step, hands clasped tight. "I can't do this anymore." "Do what?" "Watch you change." Tears well in her eyes. "You were the one who saved me in the wasteland, bled for strangers. Now, the nobles hoard your power. They crush the weak to stay strong. And you let them. You've become the tyrant. You despise the old gods who sealed you away." Her words hit like black lightning. I stand. "I built this for us, for the forgotten. The faith system demands structure. Classes keep order." "Order?" she interrupts, voice rising. "The commoners starve while nobles feast on stolen prayers. Your core weakens because the faith is corrupted, not shared, hoarded." You see it, but you do nothing. You're chained to this divine destiny, and it's crushing everything, including us. I step closer. Lyra, your love for me, she whispers, trembling harder. It's being crushed by these divine chains. You're a god now, untouchable. I see it in your eyes. You fear losing power more than losing me. My heart, this fragile thing she awakened, twists. I never despised the old gods for power, I say softly, for their cruelty. I'm not them. She shakes her head. But you are. Look at the visions, the doubts. Even your core knows. As if summoned by her words, the air shimmers. A horrific vision unfolds before us, ripping through the throne room like a tear in reality. The old gods, massive, faceless figures on celestial thrones, gather in a void realm. Their voices boom inside my head. The upstart rises too fast. His faith corrupts the balance. Erase him forever. Shatter the core completely. No rebirth this time. Weapons of pure void form in their hands, blades that cut souls, chains that bind eternities. The vision fades. I stagger back, core pulsing weakly. They're coming. For real this time. Lyra drops to her knees in front of me. Tears stream down her face. Please, she begs, voice breaking. Choose me. Choose love over absolute power. Let go of the throne. We can run. Start again. Just us. No empires. No chains. I look down at her, small, brave, the one who knelt first in the dirt. My hand reaches for her shoulder, but I hesitate. The throne behind me pulls like gravity, sacred destiny, millions depending on me, power to defy the heavens. The abyss yawns in my mind, losing it all, becoming nothing again. My divine heart tears in two, between throne and abyss, between sacred duty and the mortal love that makes me feel alive. Lyra, I whisper. What if I can't choose? She grabs my hand, presses it to her cheek. Then you already have, she sobs. And it breaks me. The palace shakes faintly as if the old gods laugh from afar. Nobles continue hoarding below, oblivious. My core weakens further, and I stand frozen, torn, as the woman who saved my soul begs me to save hers. The heavens explode in fury. Celestial armies descend like the apocalypse rifts, tearing open the sky, pouring out legions of glowing warriors in armor of starfire and void. Trumpets blare so loud, mountains crumble, wings span horizons. Spears of pure divinity streak down like meteors, cratering the continent below. They've come for me. The pantheons unite. My rise threatens their thrones. Alarms ring through the palace. My legions scramble to battle stations far below. I stand before the throne room balcony, wind howling, core pulsing with restored essence. Billions pray every soul on the continent, beastmen and conquered alike. Their voices fuse into raw energy, but it's not enough yet. Lyra grabs my arm, spear of light in her other hand. Don't face them alone, she shouts over the chaos. I'm with you to the end. Her voice is fanatic devotion laced with love, eyes blazing gold. Lyra, stay back, I yell. This is God's war, your spear won't. No. Blood already streaks her cheek from a stray divine shard. You're not just my god, you're mine. I fight for you. The first wave hits. Celestial generals, lesser gods in mortal form, dive with holy blades. One targets me directly. I summon my spear, clash midair. Sparks of essence fly, but another flanks me, sword aimed for my core. Lyra leaps. She blocks the fatal blow with her body. The blade grazes her cheek deeper, blood streaming down. She thrusts back with fanatic fury. Get away from him, she screams, love fueling her swing. The lesser god recoils, surprised by a mortal's defiance. I spin, impale him through the chest. Divine blood sprays, but more come. Lyra, fall back! I command, voice thunder. She ignores me, fighting beside me, spear flashing, blocking strikes meant for me. You saved me once, she yells between clashes. Now I save you every time. Her devotion hits harder than any blade. The palace shakes under impacts. World below burns, social classes forgotten as commoners and nobles pray together. Faith energy spiking. I feel it build, but the lesser gods press. 3 circle me, crowns blazing, wings of shadow and flame. You're a fallen nothing, one bellows. We erase you. Internal rage boils. Enough. I unleash the full sealed power. Wings of pure light erupt from my back, massive, blanketing the sky, casting golden day over the apocalypse. A crown of stars materializes on my head, blazing like a supernova. Essence floods 0.67% to 1.2% in a surge. The lesser gods freeze. What is this? The first gasps. I charge. Spear pierces the first god's heart. He explodes in light essence absorbed into me. Power surges. Core strengthens. The second swings his flame wing. I dodge. Counter slash through his neck. More essence flows and divine diseases of doubt vanish from my system. The third tries to flee. I grab his wing, rip it off. He screams. I drive the spear through his crown. Absorption complete. Their essences merge with mine. Faith threshold explodes. God Slayer event. Daily ritual complete. Faith energy, plus 47,291. Divine essence, 2.4%. New title, Dawn Emperor. Amid the falling celestial corpses, Lyra's screams cut through. Come back to me, she cries, blood streaming, fighting off stragglers. Don't lose yourself to the power. I descend, wings folding. The continent trembles literally. Earthquakes from the battle's shockwaves. My legions and subjects kneel en masse. Dawn Emperor, unmatched. The true god. Faith surges like never before. Enough to face the supreme god who sealed me eons ago, stirs in the void. His presence looms. I'm ready now, because of her screams, her blood, her love. The war ends, but the true battle begins. The void realm opens like a wound in reality. I step through the rift alone, wings of light folded, spear in hand. The supreme god waits on his eternal throne, massive, faceless, radiating the cold authority that sealed me eons ago. You return, fallen one. His voice echoes, shaking stars. Your stolen faith ends here. Billions pray below every soul on the continent, beastmen and conquered alike. Their voices fuse into raw energy surging through my core. I raise my spear. All that faith, pure, desperate, loving, condenses into one ultimate strike. Reality shatters. The spear launches like a comet, piercing dimensions, cracking the void. He counters with chains of fate black tendrils that once bound me. They wrap my arms, legs, wings. Pain burns, but Lyra's face flashes in my mind, her voice from the palace edge. Come back to me, I roar. The fused faith explodes outward. Chains snap. My spear pierces his throne through his core. Victory in blood and fire. His form cracks, divine essence bleeding light. He screams, once eternal rage, then shatters into fading sparks. The void collapses. I fall back to the continent, crashing amid ruins of the final battlefield. Smoke clears. Lyra runs to me through the debris, but she stumbles. Blood pours from a deep wound in her chest. A stray void blade caught her when the realms collided. She collapses. I catch her, cradle her in my arms, her golden eyes dim, blood staining her silver fur. You won, she whispers, smiling weakly. My God. My love. No, I say, voice breaking. Not without you. My people gather millions, kneeling, begging. Dawn Emperor, rule us forever. Absolute dominion. Be our eternal God. I ignore them. I pour everything, all divinity, all restored essence into her wound. Golden light floods her body. My wings fade. Crown dissolves. Core empties. Power forsakes eternal domination for her life. She gasps. Color returns. Wound closes. Lyra awakens, clinging to me in tears. You chose me. She sobs, arms tight around my neck. You gave it all up. For me. I hold her close. I was never a god without you, I whisper. You believed first. You loved first. Power means nothing if you're not here. The people cry out. Please, generals beg. Rule us. We need your absolute guidance. I stand, Lyra in my arms. I raise my hand, not in blessing, but release. I shatter the chains of blind worship. Faith system restructures. Prayers no longer feed me alone, but empower them. Freedom flows. True growth. No more hoarded essence. No class tyranny. Live free. I command. Build your own stars. I remain your guardian, silent, watching, not ruler. They weep, but bow in gratitude. The final system message thunders across the sky. True God of dawn achieved. Centuries pass in moments. I watch from quiet hills, hand clasped tight in Lyra's. My once primitive race reaches for the stars, ships of light, cities in the void, beastmen and all peoples united, free. No chains, no blind worship, just progress. Lyra leans against me under endless night sky. You chose mortal love over absolute rule, she says softly. I kiss her forehead, and found true strength in the arms of the one I love. She smiles, tail wrapping my leg. The god who could have dominated eternity chose her instead, and that made him unbreakable.